Hello there, binaryoptions.com here, and we are going to discuss here or going to have a project here on Binary Options Academy that is related with how to trade a specific currency pair, and this is dedicated to the most important currency pair of them all. I'm talking about, of course, the euro and the US dollar. Euro and US dollar. Why the most important currency pair? Well, first of all, the euro US dollar, it is the most liquid one, the most liquid currency pair. It is the most liquid currency pair. Well, being the most liquid currency pair allows for a lot of consolidation, as there are bulls and bears on both sides, allows for the pair to be traded by big guys, not by retailers. I mean, when you are interested into trading huge amounts or big amounts, then the euro US dollar is the pair to be. But how to trade this euro US dollar? Like any currency pair, it is moving based on the differences between the two economies it represents. Basically, we are discussing about Europe or Eurozone, the Eurozone, and of course we are discussing about news or economic news or economic events out of the United States. Now these two, and these two only, are influencing the euro US dollar. News either from a political point of view or from a geopolitical point of view or from an economic point of view are making the pair to move quite aggressively sometimes. Now what does it mean? Well, if you go on the economic calendar, this is a forex factory, but actually you can use whatever the economic calendar you want. You go and look at the data that is being released, and on the currency column. And on the currency column, you are looking for the news out of Europe and out of the United States. Out of those news, my advice is to focus on the red ones, as the red ones are showing the significance of the news. The red ones are the most important one, namely volatility should come on that release. The orange one are so and so, if you want, neutral or not that important, in the middle of the range of an importance. And then the yellow one basically can be ignored. So let's try to find out an event here out of Europe. So out of Europe in here, no important economic event. This is out of Canada, this is out of the United States. So this week so far seems to be a week during which there is no, here we have with red event unemployment claims in the United States. Now that those unemployment claims are coming in the United States, it means that the US dollar is going to be influenced. So the US dollar or the pair, the euro US dollar, will move on the release based on what this release is going to be when compared with the forecasted value. This is the previous, this is the forecast, and then the actual. Of course, if you will have then one day later or in the same day another European event, then the pair may disregard the move that has been made with the unemployment claims and move in the other direction. This is why it is important all the time to have a clear view and to have an objective view about all the events, the economic events in a day, and also to be in touch with the news or what's happening with in the world, what's happening over the weekend and so on. Sometimes it is important, as like it was the Greece situation in Europe, and the euro as a currency opened with a gap low, something like 2 or 3 consecutive weekends, because the events over the weekend, like Greek elections and so on, and the referendum and summit in Europe, were influencing the perception about the euro as a whole. So news out of Europe, news out of the United States are influencing this currency pair. Now stay tuned for the second part, as what I want to do here is to list a bit the most important events out of Europe and out of the United States that are moving the pair, and those are to be watched or to be looked for on the economic calendar. Stay tuned for the second part, please.